Hey everybody, welcome back to Dave's Acrylic Pouring. We got another video for you today. This is going to be another intermediate series for, or another intermediate painting for my intermediate series, excuse me. This is a Dutch pour. That's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to use a bunch of my paints that I've already used, leftover paints from another painting, and I've decided to go with a turquoise base. Bring it down so you can see. Already got it going, and I've already smoothed it out, torched it, get rid of any of the air bubbles that are on here. So we are going to get started. Now on Dutch pours, it does not take a whole lot of color for your paint. It just doesn't. And a little goes a long way with Dutch pours. And that's one of the things that I see a lot of people that, when they're doing their paintings or they show their paintings on some of the Facebook forums that I follow, is that they've used so much color that they have to disperse it over the entire canvas, and that's not really the way, the technique, and the way we do this. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. I have got some Hooker Green Hue Pure Permanent. So I'm going to start with this, and we're going to create a very thin line. Just like that. Maybe that's a little too thin. It does not have to be perfect. Okay, just like that. This is, oh shit, I haven't put my stuff away. This one is the Brilliant Purple. I also have medium magenta, quinacridone magenta, brilliant yellow green, obviously the Hooker green I just did, and the lime green. I also have some Sargent's Copper and some Folk Art Pure Gold that I'm going to be putting in there as well. And Liquitex Mars Black. So, now with this one, same thing, thin lines, but I'm going to create almost like a radio wave over my other line. Try to keep it a little bit thinner in your corners, because when you're blowing it out and everything, you want to make sure that you have enough space to color. If you put too much paint in there, it all gets muddy together. We're going to do something similar. Like I said, it does not have to be perfect. Just trying to get the paint on there. I'm really digging this turquoise background. Now some of this is already falling in the into the base coat, and it's disappearing. That's fine, because once we get the hair dryer out, we're going to be blowing it, and that will release those colors back out again. With all these squiggly lines, it almost reminds me of those old Lisa Frank binders that the girls used to have back in middle school and stuff like that. I know I'm showing my age. Okay. Now, be real careful with your metallics and stuff like that. Don't do a whole lot, because they can overtake your painting. See, I'm just putting a few drips here, little lines here. Okay. Just tear the top off of that one. And that's not wanting to come out. Let's see. A little bit off of that tip right there, and that will give it enough. Alright, this Mars Black, this is very heavy pigmented, so I'm going to use the side of my stir stick. Just give it a one line through there. Okay, now we have got all of our colors in here, and as you can see, it looks like it's almost completely faded. All that has gone down into the paint here. Alright, so what we're going to do is we have a hair dryer, and we're going to, it's got the wide angle tip on it. We're going to turn it on, but we're going to turn it on cool. You don't want to put heat to this. Oh, before we do, let me torch this real quick. Okay. Get this a little bit closer so I have a little more room. Okay. You start off with your low speed, and we're just going to try to fan the paint out, and you'll see how we do that in just a second. I'm not going to be able to talk I can talk, but you might not be able to hear me very much with this thing blowing, so if not, I apologize, but here we go. Well, that actually stayed under the paint a little more than I would like it to. And I don't have my crisp, definitive lines. So I'm going to hit this one more time. And you can also blow it out with just your breath as well, so that's what I'm going to do here. don't normally like stretching out my Dutch pours, but I leaned into the painting and pulled some of my base coat off, so I had no choice. All right. But this is why we wear aprons. Mm-hmm. All right, let's bring you in for a closer look, see what we got here. I know you can get the reflection over here off my window. You're not really getting the full picture here. These close-ups really help. And you can see the lacing in there. And these ends down here, this is from me having to stretch the paint because I leaned too far in and put my apron into the paint. But really nice lacing on these. You can get a lot of cells from doing these. So, all right. So, as you can see, managed to get myself down into my painting. I have become part of one with my painting. Become part of it. I can't even talk. Anyways, Dutch pour. It's not easy, but it's not difficult. It's just one of those things where you have to just really look at it and try to see how you can make it flow as best as you can. That is the very definition of this technique, is to make it flow, make it look like it flows for a Dutch pour. And you can do it in any way you want. When you first start pouring your paint, you could do a straight line and blow it top to bottom. You could do it in zigzag, like which I did for the wave, which is the way I prefer to do them. I think it gives a little more depth to it. You can go from one corner straight to the other corner. I mean, you can make a circle. I've made a heart shape and then blew it out in all different directions for a customer, and that one turned out really well. That was on a 24 by 24 canvas. But I'll tell you, it's really fun to do. I love doing the Dutch pours, and usually I pick out my colors, but with this one, like I said, I had leftover paint, and you guys know I don't like wasting paint, so I try to use them whenever I can. And not every painting that I do turns out spectacular, even for leftover paintings, but you never know. There could be that one with just leftover paint that you have from another painting that you did that come out and create something amazing, something that you never thought that you'd be able to do. And every painting is different like that. So keep pouring, try new things, and subscribe if you haven't done that so far. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.